morning! I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome on in. God damn it, first thing, Jesus. Gravity, welcome on in. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. And say thank you for the horn. I love the, what was it? It's sound alerts. It wasn't even Twitch. Sound alerts was just like, hey Jelly, you wanna out your viewers? Yeah, actually I do. Out them. Tell me who's been doing all of this stuff. And they gave me this little statistics thing, and it was like, oh heck, that's a lot of horns. Who could have been doing that? Oh, there it is. It's A. Dakota, I love a swearing entrance. It's because I don't talk like a huge amount before I start streaming, so it's like always first thing I'm like, voice is not there. Twitch is like, it's not Twitch, it's sound alerts. They are a separate, they're like an add-on for Twitch. The horn definitely woke me up. Me too. I need that every single morning. I think though if I had it as my alarm, I'd start to hate it. Back in the day, when I was but a small bean, I had my alarm set on my like CD player, and it would play the first song of the CD. So my family used to make and like burn their own CDs, and the first track on all of the CDs would be really loud, just in case you were using it as an alarm in the mornings. So yeah, that was that was fun. Oh my god. Also, Fine Print, welcome on in. How are you doing? How was your New Year's? Your duck tattoo is scheduled. I have my artist for my duck tattoo, Panda. I just have to wait till I'm completely free of bronchitis because, well, first of all, it's not fair on the tattoo artist, but also if your immune system is down, yeah, they won't want to do it. But I've got my artist and I've got my design. I just have to get better now. Ah, dear. And then we could schedule in after that. I did think it would take a minute. I didn't think it would take this long. But that's okay. Oh, I've been busy, so I fall behind on my stream. Oh, bless you. No, you're fine. I hope you've been busy with good stuff. And Brain, welcome on in. Hello, Jelly and fellow fish. Hi, Brain. I hope you're doing well. And Caveman, thank you for the egg smash. Welcome, welcome. Oh, dear. Oh, true. Yeah, that's a good point, Fine. I didn't think of that. Shoot. My bad. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm quite nervous about it because I already know I'm really bad at this right now. The reason I'm really bad at it is because it's a very new skill to me. So I am very much beginner level, like very beginner. And it's not an easy skill. So what I want to learn, it's a mixture of crochet and needle lace. Not bobbin lace, not to be confused with bobbin lace. Bobbin lace is a very different thing. Needle lace tends to make slightly chunkier lace, and then crochet lace is like a mixture of chunky and less chunky. Basically very important things, and not all working, playing too much Pokemon. We played some Pokemon a couple of days ago, and honestly I loved it. I had a really good time. Also, if you're wondering why the camera angle is like this, because this is a weird place for my camera to be pointing, there's good reason. It's because I'm gonna have to do it on my lap. So I've made a pillow that I can use as a practice grid, but just based for comfort, you kind of want it rested in your lap because it's quite complicated and it has to move around a lot. So my camera for now is angled at my lap. Oh, no, I scheduled mine yesterday. That place is so busy, so not till May. Oh, bless you. Oh dear, I don't want to spoil mine until I get it. Mine's a very simple one. I wanted kind of like a goofy little guy. And so he's like a goofy little guy, and I love him, but he's quite simple, because I always do black and white tattoos, so like it won't be very long. I don't think I'll be sitting for even an hour. Kath, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. I love that it's just a duck tattoo. Makes me imagine getting a very badly hand-drawn duck. No one would do that. Who would do that? Who's getting a very badly done hand-drawn duck? Not me. Oh dear. So I'm getting a highly stylized with a bar, ducky, a Salvador Dali, duck, a Dutch. You know, people have already got a couple, and there's been some really, like, I think DJ has a really good, like, very cartoonish duck, like Looney Tunes-esque rubber ducky. That's really cute, very colourful. I know, Vile is going to get theirs to be like a stone rubber duck that's farting with stars. So that's going to be like an eclectic one. Also, Anime, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I might be doing like a stream that's a bit out of your comfort zone. Thank you. I did have to prep for it a lot yesterday because I was like, I need the pillow. I need the crochet bits already done. I've been like, you're not going to see it very well on camera, to be honest. But I've been crocheting some embroidery thread. I also, actually, where did I put that? I also, because I was testing out thicknesses, this is crocheted sewing thread. And like, you cannot tell really, it's like so thin. It's a bit too thin. So I went with embroidery. This is also easy because I can buy this in a big roll. But yeah, I was doing some practice of those, and then I made like a very, very easy grid pillow. You can see that I've already tacked some of the embroidery, some of the, what I just said. What did I just say? Crochet. Like crochet chains onto here, so they're on there. But this is just for practice. It's a good practice pillow. It's very stiff as well. Cough, jelly, cough. Might be getting a battery hand-drawn one. Andy, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. When all of you have duck tattoo. True, yeah. I mean, again, obviously for some people it's going to take a while because of waiting times. I'm quite lucky because my one doesn't take that long. They're just going to fit me in once I don't have bronchitis symptoms anymore. Ah, dear. Jelly, fellow Jello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Ah, dear. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Oh dear, and crochet, that's my jive. Yeah, so I do crochet. I'm honestly lost. I have misplaced all of my hooks. I have like 15 or 20 different hooks, but because we've moved house, I don't know where they are. So I have bought a new one just for this. It's a size 1mm. Because I knew that I'd be doing some really small stuff. It's a little bit too small for the embroidery thread, but it's like perfect for sewing thread, so we'll see. But when I find the rest of my crochet hooks, that won't be an issue anymore. It's just an issue right now. Ah, dear. Got to go again. Oh, you're fine. I hope your Wi-Fi evens out. Heck, good luck, Anime. Take care of yourself. Have you been doing micro crochet? Yeah, but like I do crochets. I don't want to come in as a complete crochet noob because I'm not. I crochet normally just doilies and like small things like that, and it's mainly just for fun. Like if I need to unwind or I'm watching a television show and I don't like watching television without doing anything else, so I like crochet a doily. And I like doilies because you can kind of do whatever you want with them. Again, somewhere in this house there's a collection of doilies. Don't know where they are, but they're somewhere. So I'm not new to crochet. I am very new to needlepoint lace work. I tried it for the first time yesterday and I have no samples to show you because none of them worked. Like, very, very new. There's a few things. Oh my god, stars! Wait, heck! Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. What have you been up to? How was your stream? Oh, heck. There we go. There we go. Oh, dear. Hi, Reyes. Hello. Also did something earlier. Is it a secret? If it's a secret, obviously don't tell me, but I'm glad it's like excited to have it this week. Very cool. Ah, dear. I literally, you can see it. Well, you'll probably see it in top down better, but like I've been practicing on this pillow, right? And there are so many bits which I've cut off because I practiced this one square like 6 times yesterday. And I had a couple of good rows, but I didn't get the whole square to work even once. So that's the level of new we are. If I can finish one square and it look okay, then we've done good today, because I couldn't do that yesterday and I did spend like 6 hours trying. So we're very much beginner, but I really want to do this because again, like crochet is something I'm really confident in, but I really want to kind of expand into making my own lace. I really like that idea. I'm not particularly interested in learning bobbin lace right now. Bobbin lace is the one where you have lots of pieces of thread and they're all on like, well, bobbins, but they're all on like wooden sticks at the end and you like fold them over and like weave them into lace. I'm not super interested in that because I just don't really have the space to do that kind of thing right now. Maybe in the future that's a skill that I'll take up, but it won't be for the next costume. That'll be like in the future. But this I have an interest in because I already enjoy crochet. So it's like, it's already part of the skill that I like. And I want to make, so I was looking online, to be honest, for a lace for the collector costume, and none of them were quite right. So there's definitely like a style of lace I want to go to, which is a bit more old-fashioned. So like the thicker borders filled in with the threads and stuff like that, which is why this will be really good, because then I can custom make it myself. But I do want it themed around stars and moons, which is not a very common motif for that kind of... You tend to see more floral. Thank you so much for the horn. Hell yeah. So yeah, you tend to see a lot more florals, and that's not this costume. This costume is not a floral costume. It's stars, moons, and suns. Maybe some astrology, but not floral. So because of that, I need to basically make it myself. And I could get star lace, like it does exist, star and astrological lace, but it's very modern lace. It's not that old-fashioned style with the thick edges and borders and all of that. So basically, if I want the old-fashioned feel and also the patterns, I'm going to have to make it myself. That's why it's a skill that we learned. I'll be honest, if I could just go buy the perfect lace, I probably would in this case, because I don't feel like, considering the amount of time investment this is going to be, I don't feel like it's worth it. but it's nice to learn a new skill, to be fair, and also I want the lace to be good. It will only be in a couple of areas on the costume. Specifically, I believe it's around the cuff and on the wrists and on the ankles. I don't think that colour appears very much on the costume, so it's like, really, the lace won't be super in your face. It'll be here and there, so I don't need to make a large amount of it. The thing with needlepoint lace is it's a slow process. Today, hopefully you'll see that, even though it probably won't look that good. I have a couple of different ones I want to do. I want to get the basic one down, because learning the basics is always a good way to start. But there is one particular stitch that I actually really want to use, and that one's a little bit more complicated. So if I can get the basics down, I'll move on and try that one. There are a couple things I need to do first. Put some tacking in it. So the tacking means that I can go through the stitches and like hook the threads at certain points. When you're doing needlepoint lace, you'll see this when I start it really, but like you have to leave loops everywhere to go back through them later. And it can be really difficult to get even loops that are large enough for the space you want to cover, right? So one way of doing that is to put some tacking in there, going through the tacking, and that will hold it in place for you. You can also use pins, but it's a lot. It's better just to spend a bit longer and do some tacking. Otherwise you have thousands of pins in your work by the end. Only 426 should be able to beat that this year. I think maybe say it might be a little skewed, because I think it's from like the beginning of January to like 1 week into January. So I feel like you've lost a week. I'm very sorry. I think you might have lost a week of horns to last year. Master the basics and the rest will come easy. That's kind of the hope, is like we'll get good at the basics and then keep going. And the thing is, again, I made this pillow so that I could practice on. This is not for anything other than practice. So I can keep making more squares. I can remove this and then do a new one. The crochet chains on here, they're just tacked on. So I'll be putting my thread through the crochet and then not through the pillow. So what I'll be sewing, I won't be going through the pillow at all. It'll go through the tacking and it'll go through the crochet. That means afterwards I can remove the tacking and I'll just be able to take this off. Hopefully. Hopefully. I should be able to remove the tacking and just take it off, and it'll look great. But we'll see. That's the hope, that I can remove it from the pillow. Oh dear. Nothing a cheaper horn and no cooldown can't fix. Well, actually, I do have a few announcements to make. I'll announce them at the end of stream as well, because we have some events coming up here. I can't talk about one of them yet because it is still in planning. But so there is one secret event and two not secret events. So you're ready for some events. Okay, so secret event aside, next Friday, which is, I believe, Friday the 27th. Let me double check that. It is Friday the 27th. We are doing our music stream, our delayed music stream from Christmas Eve. It took us only a month, but we'll be covering Hall of the Mountain King. We'll be doing that live on stream. If you've never seen it, it's when we make like Blue and We Like to Party, those sound alerts. We make those live on stream and we just copy my voice over and over again, and I record different lines. I'm not a good singer and I'm not going to pretend to be. That's part of the fun, honestly, at this point. But I do my own drums, I do all of that. That's next Friday. If you want to be there, Friday the 27th. But that is not the only one. Speaking of potentially having some cooldowns removed, we have a charity stream coming up. First charity stream of the year. And that will be from the 6th of February to the 12th of February, so 1 week. I haven't decided how many streams we'll be doing that week, because it's going to be quite an intense one. This is actually probably going to be the most intense charity stream I've ever done, other than maybe the first round of Boobtober, because we're going to be routing a whole, basically learning a whole route for a speed run. What speed run? Celeste. A very highly sped run game. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because we're raising money for mermaids from the 6th to the, what did I say? 6th to the 12th? Is that what I said? 6th to the 12th, yeah. So the plan is from the 6th to the 11th, we're going to be practicing the speed run every single day. We're going to be getting good. We're going to be going hard. Also, Stars and Gev, welcome on in. I hope you're both doing well. Welcome, welcome. We're talking about some fun events coming up. So yeah, from the 6th to the 11th, we'll be training, practice, getting each group done, getting level mapping out. Like, obviously people have mapped Celeste a lot. It's a very highly sped run game, so I just have to learn it. I just have to learn it and get good. Our goal is a sub hour. That's the goal. And on the 12th, we'll be doing that speed run properly. So it'll be a week of training with a speed run at the end. We'll be raising money for mermaids. Mermaids are real. Mermaids is a charity in the UK that is dedicated to helping people who are transgender, who are non-binary, who are gender non-conforming, and basically help give them support through whether it be going to the doctors and surgeries, whether it be just emotional support, all of that, and familial support as well for the people around them. So they're a fantastic charity in the UK. Why am I doing it at that time? Who knows? Who knows? Definitely couldn't be a reason. I think that that's a good week to maybe do a mermaids charity fundraiser. But yeah. And why Celeste? Because Celeste has a transgender main character. It is very much canon. It is very clear. She literally wears the trans flag at the end. So yeah, I think it fits really well with the theme. And also it's a game which I can speedrun. A lot of people have sped run, so it's like there's a lot of resources out there for me to learn the game. And because it's a charity stream, we'll of course be doing giveaways, rewards, maybe even removing the sound alert cooldowns for a day. Also on the actual speedrun stream, I have a lot of plans for alerts to be added, basically. So on that day, we'll probably have bit alerts, and just on the last day, to make sure that I'm keeping things fair, the money earned from the bits will be going to as a last donation for the end of the stream. The bit donations will be very loud, very annoying, and very distracting. If anyone has ideas for things that they would like to see as bit donations, basically it's just a way of donating that's through Twitch. I don't like doing... Oh, I do like partying though. Oh, dear. Oh no, I'm too early. And Scott, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. Gev, thank you for the party. We like to 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 party. I think a bus is coming and everybody's jumping. New York to San Francisco, an interstate free disco. The wheels are still are turning and traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, come on and move your body. So yeah, basically when it comes to charity streams, I don't normally like having... I prefer to go through Tiltify just because that way you can guarantee that all the money donated goes straight to the charity. However, I do think just for that last speedrun stream, it'd be like a really nice last day push to basically have the bits on that particular day and have like all of the sound alert bits and stuff like that on the speedrun to make the speedrun as difficult as possible. It's already a hard speedrun, but like just to make it that extra bit difficult, I think that'd be a really nice like integration on the last day. So yeah, it will be that. We'll of course announce that closer to the time as well, although it is only a couple weeks away now. And yeah, I think that will be really, really fun. I do also have a bit of a plan in case anyone wants to start training in advance. I'm planning on making like a piece of artwork inspired by Celeste. And that way, if anybody, as like a final giveaway, at the end of the speedrun, when I've got my final time, if anybody from the community who has not speedrun Celeste before, that is going to have to be a rule, because otherwise it's being speedrun constantly, right? But if anyone who hasn't speedrun it before can beat my time, I'll give away that to them, as if whoever wins does it first. I'll be honest, I'm not a fantastic speedrunner right now, so I imagine it wouldn't be too difficult to do, but I'll have that as like a final giveaway. And I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a really fun week. If cooldowns are being removed, we're going to be partying a lot, yeah. Partying a lot, but also we'll make sure that we have bit ones for people that maybe don't save as many channel points and still want to cause chaos. And just that stream, then it goes through that. Does it count if I span run the original Celeste? I think I'm going to say yes. We're trying to get, basically, here's the thing. I'll be quite blunt and open. I am not the biggest fan of the stuff happening with Hogwarts Legacy. I know it's a divisive topic and I don't want to stay on it for too long. The reason is, as someone who lives in the UK, you see the direct result of some of the stuff that JK's been saying. It has been quoted in Parliament, the stuff that JK's written. She has been used as a driving force to prevent new bills coming in that could protect transgender people and also allow them in different spaces. She is currently being used in that in Scotland as a defense to basically be like, no trans people, look, this is a very public figure making very good points. And so you literally are seeing her being quoted in Parliament here. Not only that, she's very openly donates money from royalties to a few charities that are charities. One of them is actually known as a hate group. Twitch even got rid of them because they were known as a hate group. It's not like an up in the air, like it could be, it couldn't be. It's a hate group. Everyone knows it's a hate group in the UK. That's what it's known for. They are awful, honestly. The stuff they do in public is terrible. They are fully a hate group. So when people buy the game, the money from the royalties is literally quite going to those hate groups. It is going to push the agendas that she is currently pushing, which is right now in Scotland. And it's all quite bad. I think abroad a lot of people don't see where the money is going because obviously it's going to UK charities, so they don't see it. But here we do, and we are very much affected by the fact that she has been saying and doing these things because she's being used as a voice and reason when she's not. So it is quite a big problem here. I think a lot of people in America and other places in the world don't seem to see separate the art from the artist kind of argument, but that's not the case because it literally is funding hate groups. It's not even subtle. Even if you took JK out of it, the money goes to a hate group. So it's difficult to defend, in my opinion. That being said, I think trying to push the speed run for new people, because it get new people to look into Celeste, maybe buy Celeste. Celeste, like the main developer is trans. Listen, you don't want to send money to J.K. Rowling, but you want to play a new game and support transgender people. Play Celeste. Like, literally just play Celeste. Everyone already knows it's a fantastic game. It's been out a minute. Just play Celeste. There you go. So I wanted to push a speedrun and try and get new people into it in the hope that then people are actually going to support transgender creators rather than a hate group. A quite literal hate group. Like, again, I want to make the point, even Twitch knows it's a hate group because they added it and then they pretty much immediately removed it, made a public apology because they don't want Twitch to be supporting hate groups. Like, literally. It's not like an up in the air kind of thing. It is known. It's very well known. So if you are buying Hogwarts Legacy, I do think you should be aware that the money from royalties, a lot of people aren't upset that it's going to J.K. Rowling. A lot of people are upset because the path through J.K. Rowling sends that money to hate groups. So the mental gymnastics is basically, I'm only sending a few quid to a hate group, so it's fine. It's not great. It's not great. And it's not been really talked about outside the UK. From what I can tell, it's like most people are focusing very much on JK, and she does have a big effect on things here too. Again, like I said, she's being quoted in Parliament to try and prevent trans rights, and she is also... There's a lot of other things, like the percentages of attacks on trans people since she started speaking out. There's a lot of studies on when really popular people or people with a big following make certain statements that it can have effects on the public, and J.K. Rowling's a really good example of that. that the attacks on trans people have been so much more since she started speaking out. Like, it's quite dramatic. I believe it's more than 50% up. So yeah, it, you know, even if you ignore the money stuff, which I do think is a really big part of it, is the fact that the royalties are just going to hate groups, which are literally, yeah, not great. Even if you ignore that, the physical effects she's had over the last few years, especially since lockdown, is that people get attacked more. It's difficult to support anything in the process. Yeah. So yeah, and also, like, listen, I'm not telling you can pirate the game, but listen, like, I would never tell you to commit a crime and pirate a game, but like, I'm not saying it's impossible. Also, so like, if you really want to play it, there are actually ways you can play without directly supporting her. Either you buy it secondhand, they'll be on secondhand like a week after release. Like, you could buy it secondhand like a week after release, or you could pirate it. I definitely don't encourage it, but like, you could pirate it. So yeah, you can still play the game in ways that don't support her. I don't know, it's just the sending the money to the hate groups that really does me in, to be honest. Is it bad you've never heard of it? I don't really game that. I mean, Celeste game, I've never heard of it. Yeah, so Celeste is, well, first of all, it's won a lot of awards. It's quite a big game. It's one of the biggest games in the speedrunning group. I'm going to assume outside of Mario, it must be one of the most speedrun games. Like, hundreds of people speedrun this game. Like, it's big in the speedrunning community, very big. It will likely be the biggest speedrunning game that I ever go for myself, because I can't imagine doing any of the Mario ones, to be honest. Oh dear. Edtrix, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. Yeah, it's not really that bad. Oh dear. Blaffle, oh my god, I hope you're feeling better. I heard that you weren't doing so hot. Yeah, the vid. I hope you're doing better. Oh dear, I'm also still recovering from that. It's a pretty hard platformer. Yeah, it's like the platforming, I think, does definitely make it exciting for speedrunners, right? But it's like a well-made one. Like, when I've heard people talking about it before, it's like, it's fair. You fall when you're bad. It's a fair one, but it's hard. Oh dear, I'm good, how are you? I'm alright, thank you, I'm alright. Negatory, still got the, I am in the same kind of boat. I'm okay. My cough's a lot better, finally, thank you, touch wood. But I'm still really breathless all the time, and I get tired. Like the post-COVID fatigue. I'm still tired. Oh dear, getting it slowly, long COVID's thing, yeah. I was like a little worried about it, because I've been sleeping about 14 hours a day since I've had COVID. And I've been talking to people, but like, yeah, apparently it's just one of those things, like, hopefully, like, keep exercising when you can, and like eating as much as possible, and eventually, like, you'll be better. And I'm just like, I just want to stop sleeping 14 hours a day. Sopheg is working on Hogwarts. I'm just disappointed. Yeah, there's a lot of people, and this is the thing we wanted to do. Actually, Baffle, we're actually talking about doing charity streaming right now. I'm going to be doing a charity stream between the 6th and the 12th of February in support of Mermaids, which is a UK charity. I believe it is predominantly in the UK. They have been strong fighting the LGBT Alliance, which is one of the hate groups, as mentioned, which basically, how to put it, lesbian, gay, and bi people against trans is what the LGBT Alliance is. It's bad. It's basically a charity specifically anti-trans, to remove trans people from LGB. Yeah, it would be LGBTQA+, to remove it from those spaces. It's bad. It's bad. Mermaids is the charity that has been, like, in court. Literally, they are still in court over this. Who have been fighting them, like, tooth and nail. They're fantastic. They work specifically with trans, non-binary, and gender non-conforming, generally younger people. So you're looking at teenagers, people going through like their transitions and like starting to realize, like, well, not that they're starting to realize, but like they get to an age where they're like, yeah, I'm trans. What do I do? Mermaids is there for you. Mermaids is there to give you lots of support, help you through the medical process if that's something you want to do, to help you with support documents if you need them, to talk to your family. They are there for all sides of that, and they're fantastic. And because of that, the LGBT Alliance hates them and has been trying to get them removed as a charity, even though everyone knows the LGBT Alliance is a hate group, and they fit the charity like terms, but they are a hate group. They like protest pride parades and stuff like that. They're really bad. So we're going to be from the 6th to the 12th raising money and obviously just talking about mermaids a little bit. We're going to be doing some giveaways, we're going to be doing some silly stuff, but mainly we're going to be learning a speed run from zero. We're going to be doing a Celeste speed run, and on the last day I'm going to be running it. I'm going to be getting my time, and if anyone can beat my time that is new to the speedrunning community, or new to Celeste specifically, I have a good giveaway planned. I have a little bit of a giveaway planned for that. Oh dear. To try and get people into a different game than Hogwarts Legacy, to be honest. The plan is to basically generate hype for another game rather than that one. Just because there's so many negative stuff with, like, first of all, I imagine Twitch is going to be a nasty place that week. I think it's going to have a lot of bullying. I think it's going to have a lot of, like, pushing people out of spaces. And we've been seeing this in the UK, like, for the last few years. It's, like, obviously forever, but, like, especially the last few years. And I think that's going to be the entirety of Twitch that week. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that. And I'm very heckin' excited to. Duct tape is a place you don't lose. Oh god, yeah, just duct tape your voice on. Just put it right there. Putting it in a shell would help too. Also, Amos, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. That's true. You have to stick the shell to you too. Oh dear, I probably can't beat it with my baseball bat. Please have a dinner. Yeah, sure. I am like encouraging other streamers. If you want to challenge me, if you want to race me. Like, come at it. I'm gonna be planning the whole week. I'm practicing the whole week. So if you want to try and like race me, I'll go for it. Like, I'll fight you. I'll 1v1 you in Celeste. The biggest stream I followed did mention he's gonna play Hogwarts Legacy and do it as a charity stream towards pro charities. I think he'll pick some US charity too. I think it's a really nice idea, and I think it comes from a place of like trying to generate something positive around it. So I'm very much like, they're doing their best. I don't think sometimes people outside of the UK, and even in the UK honestly, realize that the money from Hogwarts Legacy is not just going to J.K. Rowling, it is also through J.K. Rowling. She's already said many times where the royalty goes. There's two charities in particular that stick out to me. I don't want to say the second one's name because it's not worth it at the moment. They are in some big court cases, but they're bad. The first one is the LGBT Alliance. I've been very vocally against them for a long time. The other one is a sexual what would you put it? Sexual health. It's more like a trauma center for women. A trauma center for women. We'll say a trauma center for women. Except it's single sex. And they explicitly state if trans people or people who, were not born women go, they will be turned away because they are viewed as predators in that space. That's the other place the money goes. Yeah. It's bad. Literally, they state it in the FAQ. It's not subtle. It's not like they've worded their way around it. It's trans people are predators. We're not allowing them in this space because it's not safe for the women. Or I believe the term was the real women. I would like to say that these are all not my words. Definitely not what I believe. But that's where the money goes. We could do a duo stream for it. I'd be happy to. You think you could beat me? You think you could beat me in Celeste after I've even played the game? Oh dear. I can't think that's nice that the crocheters and craft seem to know about each other. Oh yeah, the crafting community is like this. We all know each other. Oh dear, what are we racing in? Celeste. Oh dear, there it is. I'm still tired and have brave. Oh, bless you. Heckin', that's a long time, Handy. I really have. Most people I know that had COVID in the first year have eventually got through most of their symptoms. I hope the same for you, that it happens soon. The first one has a name that suggests people in support of trans people, the LGBT Alliance. Well, yes, this is how it originally got added to Twitch as a charity. And it was only when people in the UK were like, hey, the LGBT Alliance is not maybe this charity you think it is. What's really funny about it though is like when you clicked it, because I saw it on the drop down of charities you could pick through Twitch. When you clicked it, it literally says it is lesbian, gay and bisexual people against trans people having rights in the UK. It wasn't subtle. They're not subtle. It's very clear what they want. And yeah, as soon as Twitch realized, they did remove it. So in credit to Twitch, because they are registered as a UK charity, I think they just get put under the charity bundle and everyone goes in. But people brought it to their attention who they were. Twitch had to double check, and then Twitch made a statement saying they don't allow hate groups on their platform. And so that's how cut and dry it is. If Twitch can realize, I feel like most people can. And they backtracked immediately. They were like, oh shoot, yeah, no, we don't want this on the platform. I hate all the crafting community, hell yeah. Don't we all? Okay, some are alright, I guess. One or two of them. I won't tell you which. Oh dear. So yeah, that's another thing we have coming in the future, and I'm really excited to do it. I think it will be a really crazy week of streams. I am encouraging any other streamers that want to do something similar. It doesn't have to be speedrunning Celeste. I am joking, of course, although if you do, like, listen, we can train together. Rocky training montage for speedrunning Celeste. If you want to, I don't like, it'd be great. But yeah, doing anything, even if you're not raising money for charity, just raising support for certain charities, whether it be in your countries. For us, it's mermaids. I think the Trevor Project over in America is a pretty good one. Different countries, there'll be different charities for that sort of thing, but just raising awareness. Because I'll be honest, mental health wise, for a lot of trans people, probably the next month is gonna suck. It already sucks. It's the winter, so just like the extra sucky on top of that. Yeah, I think any extra thing would probably help. And there's going to be a lot of unsafe places on Twitch probably next month, if I'm being honest. I'm not here to call out certain creators or make judgments on anyone particularly, but I think a lot of people won't feel safe next month, and they won't feel safe in the communities they've maybe been in for years. And it's not even always... I'm very torn on it, because I think most people know who J.K. Rowling is and what she's done, but I think a lot of people don't see the monetary stuff that happens, and because you do have to be a bit more, probably already, like, if you're in the UK, you're already in the LGBT kind of QA group, you might notice, you might know, but that's not the majority of the world. That's a small group of people, and we only know because it currently is being fought in, like, court. It's a big thing that's happening in the LGBTQA group, is that trans people are currently having to fight for their rights in the UK because they're simple bills. Like, a lot of it's just to have, like, they're allowed in community spaces and stuff like that. It's really small stuff, and they're having to fight. Like, again, Mermaids is up there doing a lot of the fighting, to be honest, while the LGB Alliance is trying to get Mermaids removed as a charity group. Yeah, it's something. It's really something. And again, if you don't live in the UK and you're not a constant part of the LGBTQA plus community, even if you are yourself gay or something, if you're not keeping up to date, you might not realise all this is happening. But it's happening at such a bad time, because Hogwarts Legacy, the royalties are going to start coming in for JK in a couple weeks, and this is a currently being fought case. So it's really bad timing. I don't necessarily want to think about what the consequences of that extra boost of money is going to have, but it's not good. It's not good. And again, unless you live in the UK, you might not be aware of all of this stuff happening. You might not. I'd be very surprised if a lot of people were aware of the second charity, the sexual health clinic one, because it's clear. Like, I have found tweets showing that she is donating to them, where she's said many times that royalties go to them. But I'm not seeing people sharing that. I think a lot of the time it's because it comes across as a women's trauma centre, so, like, that's a really good thing. But it's not really a very good thing when you read the terms and conditions. It's like the LGBT Alliance. It looks great on paper until you realise what their main goal is. The main goal of the LGBT Alliance is to remove trans people from having any rights in the UK. The main goal of this trauma clinic is to paint transgender women as predators. That's what they do. They are transgender women are not allowed there because they are seen as predators. So when you look at that sort of stuff, it's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. It looks great on paper. It's terrible once you start reading, though. You get to go to Pride Parade this year? Hell yeah, enjoy it. I didn't go to the parade this year. I went to, like, the party afterwards. I just went to the party. But I had my bi outfit. Actually, to be fair, today I kind of am as well. You can't tell this is purple, but I am blue, purple, and pink. It's just not the right shades. But listen, subtle. Awareness, hell yeah, awareness is just as important for this kind of stuff as well, and just spreading that this is happening. For comparison, they left some problematic charities in the field of autism. Oh, I am aware. I know Autism Speaks is on there. I know none of the money goes to actually helping like autistic people get into jobs or roles and like help them flourish. I know all the money just goes to curing autistic people who maybe don't even want to be cured, just gonna put it out there. I know what they do. I remember the advert. I will get into your house and I will destroy your marriage. I remember it. I know all that stuff. Good thing I don't easily branch out with the streamers I watch. I'm safe. I am worried myself. Not because I watch a lot of international streamers, right? I don't think a lot of people internationally realize quite how bad it is here and like how much of a negative effect this is going to have on stuff that's happening right now. And again, like you do hear Americans speaking up about it and being like, I'm targeting America specifically because there's a lot of streamers in America being like, I'm not going to play the game because I don't support J.K. Rowling. Very blanket statement. Because I still appreciate it. They're still doing the right thing, really. But it's a lot more complicated than that, and there's a lot more stuff going on. It is not just J.K. Rowling. It is the charities she donates to. It is the court cases going on right now that this could have a direct effect on. It's so much more than that, and yeah, but like it's a lot. So yeah, I can't fix this problem. This is not on my own, but I can raise support and money and awareness for a charity that's working really hard right now to mean that trans people have rights in the UK and have support and have help when they need it. Mermaids is a fantastic charity for that. And again, they do tend to go for, like, they help a lot of younger people. So like, honestly, like if you're a teenager, if you're a young adult, they're there for you. They're going to be there to help you through your process. Again, that's a lot of the ages where people do start to transition. So it can help. Jelly, I feel so sad about it. Trying really hard not to rant. No, it's all right. Listen, I've just been ranting for the last 5 minutes. It's rough. I don't want to see the names of any streamers in chat, I will say, and keep that out of my chat. Like, if you know a streamer that's playing it, don't put it in my chat. I'm not looking to start feuds with specific streamers in this particular case. I do think a lot of it comes from ignorance, or choosing to be ignorant. But yeah, we're not on a witch hunt. Yeah, it's more like let's spread some positivity that week. I do it for the whole month, except that I do have a few specific things I need to be there for next month. So I hope it's okay. I can only do a week. So it's going to be from the 6th to the 12th. But I think at the very least that is over the release date. So we're keeping that in mind. Make a pride bandana. Well, I'm going to be making some mermaid tails. And we'll be doing those as giveaways. Like the same way we've been doing like like the tentacles and stuff like that, but making little mermaid tails. We'll be doing them in trans and non-binary colours, since those are the people that mermaid tends to help. Oh dear. No witch hunts, yeah. Oh, they could try curing a little bit, but they'll waste their time. I think this is the thing. Most people want support. Like I when I was younger especially, I wanted support. I think there's like one thing that I go through that I would maybe like to avoid, because it does make a lot of things very, very difficult. But every autistic person is different. Some people won't want to change anything. Some people like me will be like, I need support in these areas because these are making my life very, very difficult. But like, I wouldn't change my brain. I don't know how to describe. It's a very weird feeling with the idea that people want to change your brain. I wouldn't change my brain. But I do need support in certain areas. And I also need I need people to listen if I'm struggling with something, so that they're not making it worse. But a lot of that just comes down to respect. I think autistic people need respect. And yeah, that's about it. Respect us. And if we ask for support, have it available. You know? Because not every autistic person needs support. Some of us do, but not everyone. And some people need more support than others. But again, it's different, person to person. And what we need support on is different, person to person. Some people probably had the same symptoms as me, same struggles as me, and don't want any support, whereas I did need a bit. There's a couple things I was very much struggling with. I still struggle with, but it's a lot easier as an adult. Dear. An important rant to have. It means, oh, bless you. Also, Sunko, I hope your corset stuff is going good. Oh, dear. Welcome on in. How goes? Oh, unless you need to lug. Oh, yeah, true, actually. You're going to be crafting later. Good luck with your crafts. You beauty of a beastie. Mermaid tails, that's really nice. Yeah, but then again, we're going to do one really big piece, and I'm actually going to start working on that next week. I want to do like the classic Celeste reaching for the strawberry, but just do it in like pinks and blues. It's already in like pinks and reds, so we'll just be changing the red to, sorry, it's already in blues and reds, so we'll be changing the reds to pinks, so that we have it in the colors of the transgender flag. That's the plan. It's like a bit of a take, and it would be like, to be honest, it will just look like pastel Celeste. Like, I was looking at the designs and I was like, it's just gonna look like I made a pastel. Also, I said this earlier, Ectrix, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. But I want to do like a really big one so it can be like on the wall. So like, we're talking like yay big, like a big one. And then the first person who beats my speedrun time, who hasn't sped run the game before, sorry, we have to keep that as a rule because it's sped run so much, will win that. You just need to screenshot your name so that I can, verify it, and then I'll go make sure that the stream is your stream, and then I'll send it you. So have like a really big giveaway. This is very different, but I get people telling me my oh my god, my dyslexia needs curing and it's a mental illness. The thing is, I think with most things, people want support sometimes, maybe a little bit. Whether that support be helping you with stuff that's more difficult, like day to day, maybe be helping you work with your symptoms, whatever it is, right? Support. And I very much stand for charities that support rather than cure. Because while there will be people, and you can never speak for everyone, there will be people that do want all of their symptoms gone. They want them gone. It's not everyone, and I think blanket statements like that are quite harmful. It's why whenever I talk about, like, when I'm disabled with chronic migraines, I would like to be cured. I would love to be cured of that. It hurts me every single day. I'm in constant pain. But that doesn't mean that everyone else feels the same way, and it definitely doesn't mean that every other disabled person feels the same way. That is how I feel with my symptoms, with my condition, and how it affects me. But everyone's different, and like, again, the stereotype that you have to be cured to be happy, I do actually still believe that's a very negative one. I think telling people who have like any kind of condition that they need to be cured to be happy is just blocking people's happiness. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have to live in pain if there are ways you can get around it. But like, seeking happiness is important, and if happiness is a cure for you, that's great. If happiness is learning to rock climb, that's great. Like, it's whatever. Seeking happiness. Also, Real, welcome back in. I hope you're doing well. You're back. Welcome back, Anime. Hello. I love the hello. Yeah, your brain is just wired a little differently, Handy. It probably makes you great at other things. And this is the thing, is like, I would say that is a stereotype that sometimes annoys me a little bit, as people assume that you're really smart if you're autistic. I'm really sorry, I'm gonna have to break that to you. I'm not super smart. But I'm pretty good at sewing. General life skills, not so much. But sewing. Listen, if I was teleported to a medieval town in the past and I had to get by, I have so many old-fashioned skills. So, who's really winning here? Oh, I need help with memory. I have a quirky brain. But if it's just mental, I'm okay with it, because engineering brain, yeah. That should be a sound alert. Seeking happiness. Yeah, seeking happiness, personally, it's helped me a lot. I think also just generally, like, seeking happiness regardless. I think that's the most important thing. Whether it be that you're struggling, because right now, especially for me, I've been disabled for nearly 7 years. Jesus, how the time flies. For nearly 7 years now. If I just waited to be happy until after I got better, I would have had 7 years of misery. I'm not going to say it was all great, and like, obviously I had my ups and downs, but like, seeking the happiness day to day, and like when I can get it makes it a lot more bearable. Like, I don't look back at like the last 7 years and feel like I wasted them. Like, yeah, there were things I couldn't do and then I missed out on, but I didn't waste my 7 years, because there's a lot of things I did that I love, and I'll always look back happily. Says she's good at sewing. What's imposter syndrome? I'm good at sewing. That's about it. Book smart isn't the only smart. True. I have learned this as I've got older. I have a very, very intelligent family, which I am very blessed with, to be fair. They are very smart beings. All of them are really hard workers and really, really smart. And I used to compare myself a lot against it, like, Jesus, they're so good, and like they could do this and this and this. But I'm not the same kind of smart as they are. I'm sewing smart. But listen, when people need their prom dress altered, you know who they come to? This guy. It's different. Oh dear. Also got my oh, you got your fabrics? Hell yeah. How ecstatic are you? And you got a gift. Oh my god, what a day. Very nice. You learn from music? Bad news, Jelly. If you're transported more than approximately 200 video, you probably won't be able to understand. Why not? They'll just be speaking oldie English, won't it? That's alright. I come from a little town. Oh dear, English is very different from today's. Really? I'll be fine. I'll just sound posh. The tag has just changed too much. Pie, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. It has always been an hour and I have done nothing. Welcome on in, Pie, though. I hope you're doing well. I did want to announce the stuff we have going on because we have some really cool streams coming up. One of them I can't tell you about, but the other two I can, and I'm very excited for them. Once again, if you're just coming in for the first time, hello, hi. Next Friday, Friday the 27th, we have our annual music stream where we make a song using entirely clips of my own voice. That is next Friday, 27th. Very excited for that one. And then on the 6th to the 12th of February, we have a week-long charity event in support of Mermaids, which is a charity in the UK that supports transgender, non-binary, people who are transitioning, people who are gender fluid. It supports that group of people. And they've been working really, really hard the last year in support, like in fighting a really big case against one of the UK's biggest hate groups. They are doing really well, honestly. Mermaids have been working so hard, so we're going to be raising some awareness and hopefully money as well for them. And also speedrunning Celeste at the same time. And listen, if you want to challenge me, do it. I will fight you. I'm aiming for sub 1 hour, but we'll see. We'll see. Just warming stuff up. It's true. It's true. Warming stuff up. How are you? I'm all right, thank you. I'm still like recovering, but we're getting there. And I've got my duck design and I've got my artist. I just have to wait to be well enough to go get it. But we're ready. Oh, you started editing? Oh my god, real good. I don't actually know how long that sort of stuff is meant to take, but I hope that it goes well. I was wondering what the new skill was. The new skill, I don't know if you actually, honestly, Blapple, if anyone has, it'd probably be you. Needle embroidery, not to be confused with bobbin embroidery. Bobbin embroidery is the one with all of the strings on like wood and stuff when you fold them over and weave them together. Needle embroidery is sewing lace. Oh, not needle embroidery, needle lace, bobbin lace. But no, needle lace is what I'm doing. I'm also crocheting some lace around the edge. So it'll be a mixture of crocheted lace and needle lace. But needle lace is what's new to me. I've crocheted for a while, but I am very new to needle lace. And it's very heckin' complicated, and it's difficult. It's hard. I tried for 6 hours yesterday, and I don't have a single thing to show for it because none of it worked. Ah, dear. Even words you might know might mean something completely different in the past. I know a few things do. We used to have like days at school where like we'd all dress up like it was however many years ago, right? And we'd have like interactive days where we'd eat the food from that period and like everyone would be talking to you like from that period and stuff like that. It was weird, but it was great. I had a great time. It was lovely. Similar that Head thinks you celebrate 70 years married and 90 years together. He doesn't need to say celebrated remembering me. And I celebrate how long we've been married. One of you had to. The stream sounds fun. It's always fun. It's like one of the most chaotic streams of the year. Oh no, I'm not that mad. I only started branching into heavy sewing. Oh, okay. Did your pattern not turn out? It's more like the tension is so important in needle lace and my tensions aren't right. Like I started the last one I did, one row in the middle looked really good and the rest of it was just god awful. So I'm getting there, but ooh. And what channel can I share a picture? Oh yeah, just put it in general crafts, I'd say. General crafts or cosplay and sewing, either of those. Eats food from that period, probably very moldy by now. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's why I built up my immune system as a kid, was like when they fed me like 300-year-old food. Oh no, you're fine, Handy. Take care. Look after yourself. yeah, at the moment it's just been an hour of announcements, but like I'm really excited for all of it. I think it's going to be really good. And again, next week we'll be making that big prize. We'll probably make the mermaid tails during the week of speedrunning, just so that we do that at the same time, because it's a nice transition. But the big prize I'll have to make ahead of time. All right. Do you want to see my weird camera angle? Are you ready for a really weird camera angle? Oh, let me get this on here. All right. Hopefully I haven't jogged my camera too much. There you go. Would you look at that? The reason is you want to keep it on your lap. It's like quite a stiff pillow, and like that's what I'll be going into. I am going to put some tacking in here first before we start, because the tacking really helped me. I only have it on the first couple lines up here, but you can kind of see where I've been working on it again and again and again and again. The edging at the moment is just chains of crochet. I wanted to keep it relatively thin, but yes. Let me put in some tacking really, really quickly, because otherwise, yeah, it's hard. It's hard without tacking. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be. I mean, ready for weird? Just the weird camera angle. Just the weird camera angle. Not ready to producing videos, but I'm playing it to myself, and that's always fun. But curious to see what others do. So, Pi, have you heard our channel point redeems Blue and We Like to Party? Those two channel point redeems are actually examples of when we've done this in the past, because we have done this a few times, right? So if you're ever curious about what it sounds like, it sounds like this. This is what it sounds like. Thank you so much, Blamble. Oh, I love so much. I want to make cosplay suits and fursuits. Hell yeah! Fursuits are hard. But yeah, it's a cool skill to learn. We like to party. 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 Love and gas is coming, and everybody's jumping. And you're to San Francisco, an interstate free disco. The wheels are still are turning, and traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, come on and move your body. Yes, if you're wondering what that stream's like, it's incredibly chaotic. Incredibly so. But that's kind of the point. The point is that it's great. Thank you for the horn, I'm assuming, Zay? Yeah, it's Zay. Of course it's Zay. Ah, dear. Yeah, fursuits are really hard. There's a lot that goes into making a fursuit, but if you can do it, so many people want fursuits at any one time. And also, like, being able to make your own as well saves you having to commission, because they are, you know, they're expensive, but they're also one of those things where, like, of course they're expensive if you've seen the amount of goddamn work that goes into them. Like, of course they're expensive. Also, what I'm doing right now is I'm just putting some initial tacking down. So, like, doing some little loops and stuff like that. I'm doing it in a very different color because I want to make sure that I can remove it later. But I'll be using this to basically help guide where I put the loops. Again, it helped me a lot the first time. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping by the end I won't have to use tacking. But since I'm still a baby beginner, yeah, I'm okay with using it for now. Then again, I think I would just be okay with using it in general. It just takes a bit of extra time, doesn't it? Oh dear, pure chaos. It is pure chaos. The stream itself is also pure chaos. I don't remember who it was, but like midway through the last stream, someone was like, do Goblin voice. So like, when we were recording Blue by Eiffel65, like halfway through there was just Goblin voice. It's that kind of stream. We take suggestions. There are only so many things my voice can do, I should say, because like, I am not a singer by trade at all. I'm very confident, but I'm not a singer. And there we go. Ooh. Oh, it's nice giving it a go. And yeah, this year we're doing Hall of the Mountain King. Should be very exciting. There we go. Make sure that that is round like so. There you go. Try to keep it even so that they go up together. So I found that when I kind of was a bit like zigzaggy all over the place from the first time, it actually made it harder. Crazy that, you know, neat stitches would make things like this easy, right? Crazy. No one would have believed that. We'll try and be a bit neater this time. Alright, how about making a fursuit when there's a lot of stuff that goes underneath the fluff? True. Like there's a whole heckin' skeleton under there half the time. Really haven't found some new scissors. Now I have to go downstairs. Oh no, you're fine. I don't know what I know scissors when I see them. Oh dear. I've still lost 2 pairs of scissors. It's my own fault. I left them downstairs also. And I don't know where they've gone. They were one of my best pairs of embroidery scissors. No, they were my best pair of embroidery scissors. And they're bright turquoise, so like it should be really obvious. But like I've been looking for them for weeks and I just don't know where they've gone. Oh dear. There we go. There we go, and under there. And under there. We're going to have to do all the lines, so buckle in. We got a few more lines to do. Honestly, I should have done this off stream yesterday since I was doing all the prep anyway. But after failing the same thing so many times, I just couldn't bear to do it. I have 5 pairs. I can't help it. I have 18? Black will help me. I started collecting scissors and now I can't stop. I think I have 18 pairs of scissors right now. Although one of them needs to be professionally sharpened. So I guess I only have like, and 2 of them are lost. So I guess I only have 15 pairs of usable scissors right now. Which is not quite so impressive. It's good. I've got too many. Oh, did you throw them? No, I don't think I did. I really don't think I did. I think Shiny has them somewhere and is hiding them from me. I always lose my crochet hooks. I've lost all of my crochet hooks as well. But I do have the excuse there of like, we just moved house. So like, yes, I've lost all my crochet hooks. But in my defense, I probably will find them once I start going through the boxes. Oh dear. Anybody, do you have any really fancy ones? No, so I have some like legitimately old ones. These ones are the ones that need sharpened. Oh, there goes some scissors. Just move those around. These ones are the ones that will need to be the professionally sharpened. These are pinking shears. These are old, but they need a little bit of help. They're not bad. The end of this one, which one is it? It's this one. No wait, is it not? I thought the end had come off, but actually it doesn't look too bad. I do think it's still missing its tip. But yeah, these are like, old scissors. But yeah, they need to be professionally sharpened, those ones. Oh dear. It's because there's a few reasons. One, I like having nice scissors. Like the ones I use the most these days are a lot newer, which are these ones. They're really nice. They're very comfortable, and they've got like, they're just very good. I like them a lot. For cutting fabric, they're fantastic. I can't show you my embroidery scissors, unfortunately, because like I don't know where they are. But those 2 are normally my go-to. I do have a couple of other larger pairs of scissors. I have one general pair. And then I think the other one is my old sewing scissors before I have the ones that I use now. Yeah. Someone give you those? Yeah, a lot of my scissors have been gifted to me. Either like they're Christmas gifts or they're like hand-me-downs, or I've inherited them and stuff like that. So some of my scissors are very old because of that. Yeah, they need to be properly sharpened because they're pinking shears. Also, Hut, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I hope all the cosplay stuff is going good. We are doing some prep work right now. I'm adding some tacking stitches in to basically help me keep my needle lace nice and neat, because otherwise it does have a habit of just going everywhere. So we're doing this first. I don't know if I might just start. Should I just start it, or should I? No, I should tack the whole thing. There's my brain being like, hey, let's just do a little bit, because you want to start the actual thing, right? I do want to start the actual thing. I'm also going to tie this off here. It doesn't have to be a good knot because I'll be cutting it later. But just tie it off for now. Oh dear. Hey, yeah, I need to find small ones. I got some really big ones. Oh yeah, but for like anything on the train, you don't want to be traveling with really big scissors. Very understandable, honestly. Yeah, I have I have a lot of scissors, but there's only a few that I consistently use. I probably would use the pinking shears a bit more if they were sharpened. As they are right now, they are not quite so useful. There we go. One day though, one day. Yeah, I do have some really, really nice sewing scissors. I think it's also because like when people aren't sure what to get me as a gift, sometimes they just get me a new pair of scissors. And like normally whichever the newest one is like one of the nicest, so I'll just start using them immediately. There we go. Whoop. There we go, right, another one. Wow. Yeah, we're doing, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I feel like it might not so much be in your wheelhouse, but we're doing needle lace. Again, not to be confused with bobbin lace, which is a different skill. Needle lace, which is basically like sewing in loops and then sewing back through those loops to create like lace patterns, right? It's very, very traditional. A very, very traditional way of making lace. Is also bloody difficult, but like I want to get good at it because I want to have custom lace, and I don't particularly want to learn how to do bobbin lace, to be honest. Also, it's not the vibe. Like I have a vibe, and it's not quite right for this one. So it's a mixture. We'll be doing a mixture of crochet lace and needle lace. The crochet laces should be fine with. I can crochet very, very small, but the needle lace, that's a new skill for me. But I'm looking forward to learning it. I think it should be, hopefully one day, very useful. Yeah, not something I've come across. Yeah, it's like, it's not very blacksmithy or leatherworky-y, but it is very traditional. It's a very old-fashioned skill. Right, let me just wiggle my pillow around and get this in here. And this is my practice pillow. My practice pillow so that I don't ruin anything. And also I can't start working on the real ones anyway, so yeah. A nice practice pillow is useful. And get into there. What I'm doing right now is just tacking though. Lots and lots of tacking. Also pie! Heck! Thank you so heckin' much for the follow. That's very kind of you. A lot of Jelly is like, I'm not crazy. I'll just make 3,000 flowers or my own lace. Well, at least though, my own lace will only be on a small part of the costume. It's going to be like round the cuffs and maybe like the ankle cuffs. So it'll be like the arm cuffs and the ankle cuffs, which is honestly not too bad. It's not too dramatic. The flowers was the entire costume. So I feel like in craziness levels, like yes, it is learning a new skill, but it is not so bad. Not so bad. Oh dear, okay, I'm gonna turn it this way around. God, I'm not used to just sewing directly into a pillow and it shows. Like, this is not something I'm comfortable with. It feels really weird to just be sewing directly into a cushion. Like, even though I know this is like a cushion I've made specifically for practice, it still feels weird. It feels wrong. It feels like I'm doing something wrong. Okay. Maybe that is enough to start, honestly. Oi. Sorry, I've got like lumps in the end because I've like knotted these off. I should really like tack them down. Should I do that? It's just to stop the edges catching. You know what? Maybe I will. I'll run the edge of this and then I'll just quickly tack those down because I feel like that's the sort of thing that's going to make my life harder. And then if the first half of this goes well, I'll tack the rest of it. But I think I want the first half of it to go well first before I tack the whole thing. We'll see though, we'll see. Also, sorry, I think I just hit the camera a little bit. I do have my camera angled quite differently to usual. Okay. That's like halfway. That might be a good starting point, honestly. Oh dear. Bless. It will definitely annoy you. Yeah, I think I'm just going to catch on it, aren't I? As I start sewing. So let's... Ooh, tack them down. What? There we go. If I'm already catching on it. There you go. And... And then just go over it. Get it nice and flat. Yeah, the ends aren't really too important in this, thankfully. There we go. In the future, I probably won't knot them. I'll probably just stitch them down and then cut them, because then they'll be a bit flatter. This time, this is all of my learning curves, honestly, at once. I am learning to not do this and to do this instead and to do all that. And that's fine. I'm okay getting that out of the way nice and early. Like, working out that I don't like these things when they're knotted. Okay, good to know. I won't do that next time. Okay, and then let's do that. Whoop. There you go, and then over that, and hopefully that'll be okay. We'll tie that off. I'm gonna have to cut so much tacking at the end of this. Oh dear. Okay. Bonk. Right. Ooh, okay. We're gonna use embroidery thread at the moment. When we get a little bit better at this, I will probably move on from embroidery thread to like thread. I do want it quite thin, but let's get good at it first before we move on to a really, really thin thread. I'm also not going to worry too much about how the edges look. For now, it's more about getting the tension right and practicing that. I think with this, it's going to be one thing at a time. And since tension seems to be the most important part of this, I'm going to aim to get that down first. Okay. So what I want to do is sew through the crochet, but not through the rest of it, just the crochet. And then we want to, oh, how does it go? If I keep it this way around, it might actually be easier. Because I think I want to go through there, underneath there, but over the top of the white thread. Now that doesn't look right. I think I was meant to be the other side of the white thread. Yeah, I was meant to be that side. Okay. Try that again. Through there, under there, over that. There we go, that's better. And then through there, under there, over that one. And I don't want to pull them completely tight because they need to be able to stretch up to the next one. So like, I use my needle, just make sure that they can stretch a little bit. Actually though, I was going a bit loose last time. Okay, well we'll keep going at about that. We'll see how that is. That might be too loose, but we'll find out, I suppose. Get the thread on that side. I just find it easier if the thread's over there. And then down through there and over the top of that. And then down through here. So when I'm going through the bottom bit, I'm only going through the crochet is what I'm trying to do. Also put the thread on this side because I'm getting lost again. Underneath that? There you go. Yeah, that one wasn't quite right, I don't think. Or was it? No, I don't think so. Meant to be this side. There we go. At least if I can fix it if I do it wrong, that's not so bad. Disappear, welcome on in. What are you working on? I am practicing right now, trying to make needle lace, which is difficult. It's difficult. I'm practicing because it's hard. You basically weave the thread in a certain way. You leave like a bit of a, what would you call it? Like a bit of a pull on the top, and then you use that to make lace. Oh dear, what pattern are you putting in? I'm just doing like a straight. So this is like the equivalent of like a straight stitch. It has a name. What I'll do is for next time, because I'm following like practicing some, what do you call it? Practicing some on some YouTube videos. I'll get them in a link and then I can paste that. This time I think it's okay because obviously I'm very, very noobish, and I'm not sure if this is going to encourage anyone to give this a go, but for next time, I'll make sure that I have a link with the YouTube videos in it, so that if you do want to give it a go, you can see like an expert. Because right now, I'm just kind of weaving it, so that it's like over, under, over, under, over. And then we put it through there, and what would you say? I go this side, put it through there, you go. Get the ending in, and then sew up the crochet. Now, my needle didn't like this yesterday. I might need a slightly thinner needle if I'm using... It's the thick thread though, 3FR actually, so maybe it won't be a problem. And I think I left that last one a little too intense. Could I at this point fix that? Damn it. Damn it. It's... Oh, no, there you go. Hey, there you are. All right. Now we do the same thing, but backwards. So it's going through there, and then so basically under the white thread, under the tacking, and then over the white thread. And we go back the same way. And under, over. I'm not pulling it completely tight. I'm doing the same thing as we did the first time, which is just leaving a little bit of give so that it can stretch up to the row above. And under, over. Under, over. And at no point am I stitching through the cushion, where it shouldn't be. Under, over. Under, oh, that's through. Under, over. Let's see if I can get it close to the camera for you. Ugh. Where's easy? Can you see it? It's a bit difficult because I'm using white thread on a white pillow, huh? Maybe I should have used a different color. If I go here, I go under the white thread, under the tacking, over the white thread. And then pull it, but not too tight. And then the last one's actually down here in the corner. Grab that, under, over. And then we have a couple of chains of white. You see this? You see this? This is actually working a little bit. Nice, what's the cosplay? This is going to end up being it's not going to look like this, I promise. So I don't know how familiar you are with Owl House, by the way. Owl House, episode 2 from the last season, coming out tonight. Heck yeah. But this is from the Owl House. It will be for the collector, but I am specifically doing 1600s collector, which is, I believe, when the collector is first introduced to the series. I could be wrong, but I think that's when it was. And then do the same thing again, just under, over. I want to do 1600s the collector. So I want to use older techniques. So like, I want to make my own lace. I want to do lots of smocking, lots of bead and sequining, which is already something that I enjoy, to be fair. And just get like all of those kind of more old-fashioned skills into it. Including this one. God, it's hard. God, it's hard. I am getting into a bit of a rhythm of it though. Touch wood, touch wood. And then under there. My concern is going to be that when we remove the tacking stitches at the end, the tension might still be too loose. But we'll see, we'll see. I won't know till the end. Now, can I make it the whole way back across with this much thread? Again. You see like the little pattern that's coming in? Again, try... Where are you? There you are. Kind of see it? You kind of see it? What I'll do is, I'll switch out of using white thread. That might be a good idea, huh? Alright, let me tie it off here. And then I'll switch into another colour thread, which hopefully will be a little bit more obvious. Again, I'm not worried too much that the tie-off is going to be really obvious because it's fine. It's fine. And... what's happening here? Oh, has it got stuck? Okay, it's fine. Whatever. We want to change thread colour so it's more obvious what I'm actually doing. Because right now it's not very obvious, huh? Owl House, hell yeah! I love Owl House. Owl House, big hype. Owl House. Oh no, sorry, not Our House. Owl House. Owl House, like the bird. All right, what colors have I got that'll be more obvious? How about? Well, these are all kind of pastel. Oh, is that green that I saw? Yeah, there we go. I'll do green. Green will be a little bit more obvious. It's going to look weird because I've changed thread color, but this is all practicing. It's fine if it looks a bit weird. That's okay. Oh dear. It's really pretty. Thank you. Welcome on in, Soul. I hope you're doing well. It's very much practice right now. Just trying to get tensions and like get good, really, honestly. But what I might even try. No, actually, I don't trust myself. I was like, maybe I'll do half with the tacking and half without. I just don't think I'm good enough right now to do it without tacking. Which means I am going to have to go back and tack the rest of this. That being said, once it's been tacked, this has actually been going quite quick. I definitely can't complain. Alright. Just put it in there. It's going to look messy on the outside, but I'm not too bothered about that right now. And then get that over that side. And to there. And then, can you see it a bit better now? So go under the white, under the tacking, and then over the green. And so, under the white, under the tacking, over the green. Oh dear. I'm so happy this is going a little better than yesterday. Yesterday I was doing it off stream and I was having a right mare. I was all over the place. My tension was all over the place. It was really, really uneven. It wasn't even like sticking together and there were like bits just unraveling and I was like, oh god, what is this? Today, I feel like I'm making it look easy. What I'm going to be making this for, it'll end up being around the cuffs on the sleeves and around the cuffs on the ankles is the plan. I might make some custom lace like decoration bits, but I don't know about that yet. I think for now I just kind of want to focus on like the stuff where I know it needs to be, which is all of the cuffs, every cuff. Which is still quite a lot to do considering that this is not a very quick skill. All right. Last bit until I have to keep going with my tacking. We'll zoom that through there. And then bring it from that side. It's just much easier, I think, when the thread's on that side, but it's probably in my own head. But yeah, having the thread on that side, it feels a lot easier. And again, none of this is attached to the pillow. It is attached to the tacking, which is attached to the pillow. It is attached to the the crochet around the edge, which is currently attached to the pillow, but it won't end up being attached to the pillow at all. I kind of want that to be a little bit more. Sorry, I'm just going to alter my tensions a little bit. It's got a little bit tight there. Oh dear. Gotcha, never heard of the show? I'll check it out. Yeah, so it's in its final season right now. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Oh dear. It's a very good show. And the collector, the thing is, we will be working on this costume, so there probably will be spoilers, but I'm trying very hard not to spoil anything until we start working on the costume. Because by that point, the series will have finished. Probably. Actually, no, it might not have, because I don't know when the last episode is out. It will probably nearly have finished, though. And through there. Yeah, I need to write down what all of these stitches are actually called. They have names. Every single stitch I do will have a name. I just don't remember what they are. Get that through there, get that through there. Okay, so that's the last one I can do now until we do some more tacking. But it's getting there. You start to see like it's looking a little bit like the filling in of lace, just a bit bigger because I'm using big thread right now. If you imagine it on a much smaller scale, it kind of would look like lace. It's like the hexagons of lace, almost, yeah? I try to convince myself, like, looks like lace, right, guys? Looks like lace. All right, Let me grab my other needle and just do a little bit more tacking really quickly so that I'll do the rest of it so that we can go over the whole thing. Are they gonna head? Oh, you're fine. Take care, Blapple. Thank you for popping by. I should say as well, if you guys haven't met Blapple before, Blapple is a very, very talented crafter on Twitch. They do honestly like a mixture of a lot of different things. They do cosplay, they do crafts, they do a lot of leather work, they do model making. So if you have an interest in the arts and crafts community on Twitch, definitely check out Blapple. They know everybody and they're very, very good. Looks cool, and yes, it is your lace. Thank you. It's my lace. My lace. It's not perfect yet, but I'm proud of it. You're right. Okay, let's go back across. I've just left my needle in here for now. It should be fine. It's a very bulky needle, so I think it'll be good. And we're just going to add, I need 4 more lines of tacking. Hopefully I can do it with one bit of thread, but we'll see. It really just helps, like, guiding the tension. It doesn't completely solve the tension problems. I definitely have got, like, the second line I can see probably I was a little bit loose, but it's staying together. And that's better than it did yesterday. Yesterday, my God, I was all over the place. I had to go downstairs for a cup of tea because I was like, Shiny, I can't tell if I'm an idiot or not because, like, none of it's staying together. And Shiny was like, have you ever done it before? And I was like, no. And I was like, well, there you go. It's been a while since I've been like a proper beginner at something I've done on stream. Not the first time. Remember when we rigged something on stream for the first time? Oh my God. But like, yeah, it's been a minute since I've been like an absolute beginner. And I was a bit nervous. I'm like, I'm gonna say, it's not perfect. I'm not gonna come out and be like, it's my first time and it's beautiful. No, tension's still kind of all over the place. But touch wood, it hasn't fallen apart. And again, that is still a pretty big improvement from yesterday, where it would not stay together. But I do think the tacking helps a lot. I think as well, probably what I'll end up doing is I will aim for about half the size of this. Just because I want mine to... It's going to be quite delicate shapes, so if they're too big, they'll take up a lot of the space. So I think the end goal will be that the lace is about half the size of this one. Which means I'll have to do some extra lines, but we can work that out when we get to it. The lines as guides also help a lot. Like, in the initial tutorial, they actually don't use lines as guides, they just count. And like, Jesus Christ, it was her first time doing it as well, and I don't know how she was doing it with just counting, because, yeah, no, that's not me. I need lines and guides, but... Yeah, honestly, the lines and guides have not been too difficult to do. It hasn't felt like too much of an extra commitment. Also, I do apologize. I know it's a really weird camera. Can I get it any closer even? There you go. Is that a bit better? I can't really tell. It's just because you want it on your lap. And so... Oh dear. I'm not used to doing crafts on my lap. Not on stream. Oh dear. Same. Ugh. There you go. I think hopefully this is okay. I have to be really careful with what I wore today as well. Normally you don't really see my body on stream except for like in the face cam. But obviously you can now. If I'm not careful, you'll see a bit too much. So I was like, I'm gonna wear something really high necked and I'm gonna wear like my baggy leggings, and that way no one on Twitch can be like, how dare you? Not that they should anyway, but I'm also, listen, I'm trying to learn a new skill here. I don't have time to defend, like, feminism. There's a time and a place, and I'm learning a new skill right now. I'm busy. My brain is 100% taken with this. Oh, dear. There you go. Can I do one stitch all the way to the end? I think so. I don't think that's initially what I did, but it's fine. And then... up to there. Ooh. Hopefully this will go the next 2 ones. Flipping it over again. I find it a lot easier to sew from right to left. So if I can't sew from right to left, I'll just flip my project over normally so that I can. Yeah, weird angles of sewing by hand is tricky. I have some with the sewing on the weft of the wig. I kept sewing off the screen. Yeah, it's like difficult to work out if you're in the right place. Like, can you see? I don't know. I would like you to see. Like, I'm not gonna lie that I'm not exactly doing any teaching today. I like normally if I'm doing a skill that I can help if people are also trying the same skill, but like I'm definitely not teaching right now. But I still want you to be able to see. This is just my second day doing this. And most of yesterday I was spent screaming at this pillow. It is really hard. Really, really hard. In the video, the lady that I watched as a tutorial was like, yeah, it's not easy. Tension's really difficult. So it was nice to see that someone else was having the same kind of problems as I was. It's just that my tension is all over the place. Alright. Do a stitch. There we go. This should be the last line now. There we are. And under there. Okay. Oh god, this is going to be a little bit of thread chicken. I don't have very much left. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, we're just going to go for it. It might not be the same as the others, but I do not want to get more thread. So we're just getting to the end one way or another. Alright, there you go. And through there. Nice, okay. That might not be the most even, but I got to the end. Silly question, how you, or why are you doing it on a pillow? So with this, let me tie it off and I'll be right with you. Oh, come on, there you go. Problem with not having my stuff, there you go. So basically, with needle point lace, you don't want to, I'll be removing this from the pillow and there'll be nothing underneath. The reason you want a pillow is because you need something to attach your outline to. So I have a really basic outline right now, but imagine that I was doing something with like moons and stars. I would pin and tack those shapes straight onto the pillow, but then instead of sewing through the pillow, you make sure that you only sew through the outline of the shapes, and that way when you remove your tacking, it just peels right off. It doesn't need to be a pillow, but something like a scrap, which you can draw lines on and stuff like that, is really useful. And pillow just tends to be the most comfortable because you're resting on it a lot, right? But yeah, you don't want to actually sew through the pillow once you've started making the lace. You want to make sure that you're only sewing through either lace that you've already done or the outline. So that way when you remove all the stitches, it just comes off. That is the hope, at least. We'll see in reality how well that goes. But that is the hope. Ooh. Unfortunately, I won't really be able to give you an example of that until we've done all 4 panels, I'm afraid. Because that's how I've pinned it. I should have been less, I should have just done 1 panel, I think, to start with. Would have been a bit smarter. The thing is, the lady does like 9. The lady that I'm following the instructions for did 9, so I was like, oh yeah, well then 4's nothing. But I didn't realise how difficult this was. So in hindsight, I probably would have just done 1 panel and then, you know, practice peeling it off the pillow. But yeah, that's not how that works out. I just didn't realise it was quite so difficult. She makes it look very easy considering it's her first time. Although again, she does have a lot of the same problems that I've had, which did make me feel a bit better about all of my tension woes. Alright, do I need some more thread? I might do. I'll try and get enough thread this time to go through the rest of it though. Thing is, I don't want to get halfway I don't want to get halfway through run and then run out, because I actually don't know what to do if you run out halfway through. I think you just have to unpick it. I ain't got that far yet. What to do when things muck up. I feel like that's high level stuff. I haven't got the high level stuff yet. So let's just tie it and then get some more. And that way I don't have to worry about that. What? And tie that off. So far though, I could even change colour again if I wanted to. I don't know if there's any benefit to changing colour this time though. So far though, it's not bad. It's definitely not amazing, but it's not bad. I'm pretty pleased with this as a start. I'm really tempted to move on to like the thinner thread, but I think I should be good for this time. And oh yeah, a lot of my embroidery threads have had this. It's because they're cheap. they like tie a knot in it in the middle to get the length that you're meant to be buying. It's cheap embroidery thread, so I can't really complain too much. Sorry. Excuse me. All right. Hopefully, this will get us through to the end. Fingers crossed. Well, 4 rows. We'll see. Hopefully. And let's tie that off. Okay. What I will do after this is remove all of the tacking down the middle. Excuse me, which will be a little... Oh my god, sorry. Let me just drink some tea really quickly. My voice is leaving me. Anna Shadow, welcome on in. Sorry. My throat's decided to act up a bit. Oh, it's hic, not hiccup. But I still appreciate the hic. Alright, down there. Down there, down there, over there. Whoop. Alright. New row. Add a shadow in. Good luck with your Dead by Daylight. I hope that it goes well. Ayy. Ick. I hope it goes good. We're practicing making lace with needles right now. I'm doing it kind of bulky, but eventually we'll hopefully be using much thinner thread. But for now, practice. We're practicing. It's a new skill. I need to practice getting my tension right. I need to practice knowing what it's meant to look like. So that's what we're doing. We're practicing. And slowly but surely, I am in fact weaving lace. I'm very pleased with myself. Oh dear. Honestly, I could imagine once I get good at this, it being relaxing. Right now, not so much, but like down the line, maybe. I could imagine this being quite a relaxing thing to do in the evenings. You just grab your pillow and make lace. Hell yeah, how's it working? It looks a little complicated. It is. It is, but it's a lot of prep, and at the moment it's not been so bad once the prep is done. So the black lines going down the center, so like those are all just tacking stitches. What I'm doing is I'm going through the hoop of the previous one, underneath the tacking stitch, and then over the green, and then pulling it. I'm just doing that over and over again. This is like probably one of the easiest stitches because it's very repetitive, but like again, you get the basics down first. And we do the whole row like that, and then we just move up a row. And so far, it's going a lot better than it did yesterday when I wasn't live. Which is not normally how these things go. Normally it's, you go live with it and everything goes wrong. So this is definitely a little bit unusual. I gotta go. Oh no, you're fine. Take care, Anime. I'm assuming you might be streaming, so like good luck. I hope that it goes well. Or maybe you're just organizing your fabrics. Oh, I do have something to show you all today, actually. Speaking of new stuff, I got my sequins for the next project in the post. They're a little smaller than I thought they'd be. Just a little bit. But I love them. The colors are so beautiful that I'm just going to work with it. Like, yes, they are very small. They are half the size of all of my other sequins. But the colors are just too good. I can't say no to them. They're too pretty. So when we do our sequining for the next costume, it's going to be intense. They're going to be so small. All right, pull that a little bit tighter. There you go. Yeah, there's like a few bigger ones. We're getting there. We're getting there. The fabled camera pressure. Sometimes it makes it happen. Yeah, it's just being under... I honestly, though, I swear, I normally find I struggle with, especially if it's something that I'm not so good at. Like, it tends to be worse while I'm live because it's like multitask. You're chatting... Yeah, you're doing a new skill, like it's a lot, right? But honestly, this is better than anything I did yesterday, and I did like 6 hours of practice. Typical, eh? But you know what? I'm okay with that. Listen, it's working. I'm not going to complain too much. The sewing gods might hear me, and then they'll smite me for complaining, and then I won't be able to do any more lace because I'll have been smitten. There we go. And down there. But yeah, I can imagine this would be relaxing. Just because it isn't right now. I still, it feels almost like crochet, honestly. Like when I first did crochet, I was really stressed out the whole time. And then as I got better, it just got less stressful. Come on, get that through that. There you go. And then back the other way. Oh my god. Yeah! Yeah! It's really simple, but I like it. I'll go to work, but after I do some crafts, hell yeah! Good luck with work then, anime. I hope that it goes good. Oh dear. Yeah, this is one of the stitches I would like to use, but there is another one which is a lot more complicated that I also want to use. I don't know if we'll practice that one today, or if we're just going to get really good at this one. Because the next one, it's like a bit of a step up. A bit of a step up. It's a lot more complicated row to row, and it's a lot harder to keep the tension. I did give it a go yesterday, and it was an absolute colossal failure. I think because it is a difficult one, I should probably get good at some of the easier ones first, and then move on to that one. Because yeah, when I tried it yesterday, it was like, oh yeah, nah, that's not working, not at all. All right, under there, under here, and then under there. Okay, and then just zoom that in there. Wait. How does this next one work? Do I have to flip? What? What? Wait, I have no idea how I'm meant to finish it. Wait a sec. Do I turn it over and just do it like this? Wait, how do you finish this? Wait. What? Is it like this? Oh dear. I've realized that I may not have checked how you're actually meant to finish the goddamn thing. God damn it. We'll say it's like this. And then this goes on this side. And then I do this. Wait, I do this. Yeah, there you go. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. Maybe? Oh god, I don't know. I should have checked how you finish them. Oh, I am a fool. I am a fool. Okay, that is definitely the correct stitch. It's just the tension's really weird because I think I've gone too loose on the previous round. Okay, listen, this is a test and it's the first one where I've got to the end and it hasn't fallen apart. So you know what? We're gonna go easy on yourself here. And like, that's fine. Even if the tension's a bit weird at the end, even if it's like really, really tight, it's fine. It's fine because I made it the whole way through. And that is an achievement. Oh, yeah, I'll have to look up how you're meant to end it because I don't think this is how you're meant to end it. I think this is wrong. Oh dear. Got through there, sorry. What? Why won't you tighten? Oh, did I go through it too many times? Okay. Oh no, I didn't. You're just a baby. Although actually that looks better. Oh shoot, should I have been doing that? Should I just be... Oh! Okay, well... I don't know if this is how you're meant to do it, but that actually looks better. Okay. Cool. Let me tie that off really quickly. A little funky, but we gave it a good shot. The end is a bit weird. There we go. But the majority of it, I'm very pleased with. Echo, welcome on in. I am. Do you know this? It's hard. It's a hard one. However, I'm pretty pleased with that. So now what I need to do is all of these black lines, I need to remove them, which, again, you're a little careful with it because I don't want to accidentally cut the actual lace. Or the pillow, actually, thinking about it. I also don't want to cut that. That one, I think I might have to cut in here. And same with this one down here. Okay. And now we're just going to go through and get it all out of there. So right now, this is the only thing holding the center bit, at least, to the stitch. Thank you for the horn, Zay! Oh dear. Oops, I always do that. Well, this is for your first time. Having little accidents lead to great discovery. Exactly. Yeah, listen, I'm very happy with this. For a first time of it actually working, and it happened to be live on stream, I'm honestly pretty chuffed. I thought I would come out of today without even a square, to be quite honest, considering how it went yesterday. So to be coming out with not just a square, but like actually, it's not bad. The end, the bit at the top scuffed, but like the rest of it is definitely not that bad. So I want to just carefully remove all of the black without too much affecting the white, which is not very easy actually, but you know what, at least it's a very, very different color. So that way, none of this should now be attached to the pillow. Yeah, that bit at the bottom isn't, at least. This is where we really see how my tension is, because it's had like supports in it this whole time. And now that I'm removing the supports, actually, is the tension any good? And honestly, not bad. It's not bad. The white bit is out, which is where I think I was most worried. That's not too bad, not too bad. Oh dear. Oh, that bit feels stuck in something. There you go. And then just through there. So if you were doing it on like a flat piece of fabric, you could go to the back and just cut off from the back. Because I'm really only doing tests, for now I don't mind doing it like this. In the future, when I'm actually trying to make the lace, I'll probably lay some fabric over the top and use that as the base on top of my pillow, so that at the end I can just like free the fabric and cut it from the back, so that I don't accidentally potentially like put a needle through my design once it's finished. But for now, I don't care so much about doing that, because, you know, just starting and all. Oh, still don't want to come out. There you go. See, I'm tempted, honestly. I really want to just take it off, but then I would have to, like, I wouldn't have the other 3 squares. I have to be patient here. It's fine. I think when you've done a new skill, you just really want to look at it immediately. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be patient. Ooh. Hopefully these should just pull out. Get that out there. I feel like I trimmed these pretty, yeah, they're bigger, pretty close. I won't want anything in that space in a minute, because that's the next place I'm thinking to do lace in. I don't know whether I should just do the same one again, or if I should practice something else. But yeah, you can see already, like, maybe you can't actually. Can you see? I don't know. It's like a little bit looser here, and then it gets tighter at the top. I probably want it like in the middle, honestly, like these ones. These are a bit loose, these are a bit tight. I probably want the healthy middle ground, but it's honestly, it's not bad. It's definitely not too far off. And it's holding together, so I can't complain too much, honestly. It definitely could be worse. Go, and up there. There. And then zoom over to there. Jason, welcome on in. I reckon I need to go to the gym, but DNFC, what's DNFC? Do not fall continuously. Understandable, honestly. That sounds pretty addictive. I also like not falling continuously. I'm addicted to it. I try and do it every day. Yesterday I nearly fell over 3 times though. I went outside and I kind of underestimated just how icy it would be. I nearly went over several times. Luckily Shiny was there to be like, whoa, whoa. And I was fine. But yeah, it was really, really slippery yesterday. Which I guess is what all the weather warnings were for. Saying like it was really slippery. I just didn't listen. But yeah, my god, it was slippery yesterday. A lot of thread I'm going to have to get rid of later. These ones. Go. pull those through. Oh, there's still a line at the top. Oops. And here I was thinking I'd got it all. Oh, well, this one is a bit janky though. I might not have got it, but I don't know how much of a difference this one will make. It's already janky. I have to learn how to tie it off, but hey, you know what? That could be learning for another day. This is fine. There you go, and then just around this side. There you go. Okay. So the vast majority of it, except for maybe a couple bits down here, actually, now that I look at it, should be 3 now. They're not attached to the pillow. Well, they shouldn't be. They should just be able to move around. And yeah, they can. So I was trying to be really careful not to accidentally sew through the pillow here. I didn't. So this is all just, if I get like a pencil or something, just stick it through a hole. This is all just like net. This is gonna warp it a little bit, but I don't mind it, just to show you it that it's like, there's a bit that it's attached to the, there you go, the black thread there, but, oh, yeah, that's all like net. Net, pretty much. That's hard. Definitely not fried, oh, definitely not fried chicken, of course, sorry. Just like, do not fall continuously. Hell yeah, Jason, good advice. Oh dear, I'm gonna have a lot of threads to kind of clean up after this. Honestly, not bad. All right, we have options. One thing that I want to do is I want to do it out of thread, but I think if I'm doing it out of thread, it will need to be at a smaller scale. I think this is too big for like sewing thread. Did I? No, thank you. It's not fully neat yet, but we're getting there. The thing is, that's gonna require a lot of tacking, and I feel like that'd be really boring for you guys watching if I'm just tacking for hours. Oh dear. How's about... Sorry, learning new skill. I feel bad. I may have bullied a new hunt. Whoa! Add a shadow roll. Terrible. Oh dear. Bullying in Dead by Daylight? God, I've never heard of that before. Heck. Oh. There's still a couple of black threads in there, honestly, but I guess that I'll live and let live with those. On the right side, I got everyone out. Nice.
Number 1.
Jesus Christ.
Steak.
I was thinking so hard. You cannot break my concentration like that. But you're right. Number 1, tampon in steak. Shifty, look. I made lace. It's a bit like the tension is different. But like that's not attached to the pillow. That's like I can put a pencil underneath it. Like, look, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's all just lace. I made my own lace. Did it break your concentration? No, it's all right. I'm trying to work out what to do because I'm kind of in a space where I will need to do a lot more prep to do the next square. Do I do the prep on stream or do I just do it off stream and then we come back? Probably Monday because tomorrow's Crafty Coffee morning. We'll be doing baubles. If I come back Monday before we start the big Celeste thing, we could do the other 3. I think I'm gonna do it like that because honestly, my brain is fried. Listen, I've had a really lovely stream and it's been lovely chatting with all of you. My brain is mush right now. I think just because I don't know if you could tell, I was concentrating so hard making that. So I think we'll call it there. I know it's a short stream, I'm sorry. I'm gonna prep for next stream, which will be for Monday, and then tomorrow we'll be doing something else, but Monday we'll pick this back up again. And oh my god, me and Sunkoi have the same duct tape! Yes! Wait, sorry. Sunkoi is currently duct taping themselves live on stream. Okay. Let me just set this up really quickly. Listen, you thought I was brave. This is true bravery. So yeah, short stream today because I want to come back to this on Monday with a bit more prep work done. Today went really, really well though. Like, again, I know it doesn't look like much, but that's lace. I made that with my hands and it's kind of not neat and the tension's a bit funky, but like that's such a good start. I'm very happy with it. So I'll do some more prep work for Monday. Tomorrow we'll be doing crafty coffee morning, so we'll be doing balls and like the sparkles and the beads and all of that. And then after Monday next week, if we're happy with how the lace is going, I want to start making the Celeste reward, so like the big wool piece, because that's going to take a while. So we got a lot of crafts to come. Honestly, I'm happy because I've been like in between with crafts for a while. We got a few things now to do, so good stuff. I will probably make announcements as well for the streams we were talking about. Again, there's only 2 I can announce right now. The third one is a bit secret, but we got some cool streams coming up. In the meantime though, grab a raid call if you fancy, and make sure to compliment Suncoin's duct tape because it is beautiful and I have the same one, and so good taste, you know. All right, I'll see you all soon though. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day. Go.